Hi,
Good
I
evening.
will be speaking against the development. My name is Bill Yuen. I'm from Heritage Vancouver Society. You may know us as the organization that puts out an annual top 10 endangered list. Last year we put Chinatown on our top 10 endangered list. It was number 3. I'd like to start by talking about heritage conservation. And so the type of heritage conservation we're talking about is not the conservation of an empty lot. We're not talking about freezing a place in time in Chinatown. And we're not talking about the type of heritage that people like Edward Glazier are against. So we're not talking about stopping the world from turning, or heritage obstructs progress or limits new building and growth. Now heritage is in a phase where, at least in the city, with the Heritage Action Plan updates, it's a broadening of the values beyond historic and aesthetic values. So on a contemporary approach, the heritage fully recognizes the state of the world. So there's massive pressures on cities with population increase, inequality, issues of rights and access to the city, the environment. And this contemporary approach to heritage deals with all these things in a holistic manner. It recognizes layers over time, and it's not just about one moment in the past. Um, Development and heritage can coexist together and be mutually reinforcing. Um, in this case, with this building, we think that what that means is a new development that responds to the context, not just visually, but extends to how people have used the land and inhabit the area so that they can live the way of life that they value. Um, all this is from the Vienna Memorandum and the Florence Declaration and the Historic Urban Landscape, which is through UNESCO. So I think that if you use those principles, this building pretty much violates most of these principles and best practices. It fails to respond to the social and cultural and heritage context. I'd like to read a short excerpt from the City of Ottawa Commission report on Byward Market, and I will let you know why I'm doing that shortly. Byward Market is the oldest heritage area in Ottawa. Here we go. Bars, nightclubs, and restaurants dominate the Byward Market and have come to define the district more than the public market. Residents' needs are losing ground over tourist needs. Despite the Byward Market's rich history, the public market, which formed the identity of the area and helped it become the city's #1 tourist attraction, is at great risk. The market is struggling to keep farmers and fresh fruit retailers, while other uses such as bars and restaurants predominate and are displacing the historic uses. We believe that if nothing else is done, the city is in danger of losing the public market forever. So I read the quote because it's similar to what we're dealing with here. You can just swap out some of the words and put in Vancouver, Chinatown, condo developments. The second reason why I raise this is because the group that the City of Ottawa commissioned to do this report was Project for Public Spaces. You may know them as the group that did the placemaking conference last year in Vancouver. They are not a heritage organization. Nonetheless, they speak about the continuation of historic uses and the identity of the area. Um, the third reason, Project for Public Places is a placemaking organization. They believe in creating vibrancy, activity. Nonetheless, they make a distinction between activity that is contextual and activity that is not contextual. So in Vancouver, there's a distinction between revitalization of the geographic piece of land, which is bordered by Columbia, Hastings, Gore, and Union, versus the revitalization of Chinatown, which is versus the revitalization of Chinatown, which is a not only a historic area, but a living community. Here it is in the Chinatown plan. This is a critical moment in the evolution of Chinatown to ensure revitalization continues, is socially and economically sustainable, and maintains and renews the cultural and heritage fabric of the neighborhood. Um, so I don't think that this fits the context. Um, I think the other day there was a comment about what the city could do to help Chinatown. One thing the city could do that is very simple and virtually no cost is to enforce its policies for Chinatown. The last thing I want to say is that there's a lot of talk in the Chinatown neighborhood plan about innovation, and I don't have time to read the quote, but it speaks about these new buildings have to be innovative. We look at a lot of innovative buildings at the society. I seek them out on a daily basis. This building is not innovative. It's not innovative in terms of heritage, and it's not innovative. I think that it's quite difficult with the requirements of profit here to make it innovative.
Okay, thanks.